What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and welcome back for more Oddsparks, an automation adventure. So, let's get back into this. I think it's episode 37, by the way. I wanted to set up my sparks, my boomy sparks, the excess ones that we're not using over there. I wanted to take this loop and get rid of it, and then extend the track up here, loop it back, and then run it back all the way through the route that was already set up. Because I think we're supplying more than enough boomy sparks to this farm to keep it going, along with you know, offloading and all that stuff. We've got plenty of extras. So let's go ahead and do this. What did I do? Well, I set up the train track, an offloading section, and also I started up with the path for moving the boomy sparks. So I set up an impromptu kind of a thing to try and farm them, just to kind of keep them out of the way. So I set up a box lined with crates, which I think stops the movement of the actual squid. I threw some of the clashy sparks in here, and I've got the puffy sparks on a thrower here. The funny thing is this is working. It's working for the time being, and it is actively farming the things. So I guess as far as short-term notice is concerned, this will work just fine. But I still kind of want to use the the boomy sparks for this, and the reason for that is because these puffy sparks on occasion will absorb the poison and then be full, and I don't know when they, I guess, deplete their reserves of poison, but I'm going to go off the assumption that they hold on to it while they go into the thrower, and then eventually these puffy sparks will stop doing this. So yeah. Oh, the reason why I am doing this is because the puffy sparks, when they do their little absorbing thing, I did this in a previous video, but when they do their little absorbing thing, it stuns nearby monsters. So, yeah. Anyway, another thing, I also got the stone wheels dropped off. Now we're waiting on the dowsing stones, so we got to grab 80 of those, and we'll go turn those in, which I should have those, I think, yeah. So, grab those, that should be fine. Let's go turn those in and get Stonecraft set up. Lovely. And you're all full. Of course you're full. Of course. Alright. I don't think I got up to too much else. I did some little things here and there while I was waiting for stuff to spawn and whatnot, but nothing too crazy. Anyway, let's go ahead and go on over to here, and we will start moving our tracks and all that. Let's go to this one here. Alright, so that's all the dowsing stones taken care of. How are we looking on fluted coral? 77. Lovely. More than I will need for a long time. Somebody was also saying in the comments that they think that the boomy sparks were broken in the farms. They were saying that when all of them got launched, when one of them exploded, they would then retrieve the sparks back to the thrower. I think that's what they were trying to say. It's still working for me, so I'm not sure what problem you might be having. Yeah, and unless I could actually see it and diagnose it, I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry, but anyway, go over here. Let's put this into stop mode, and let's start taking some of these tracks off. So, you can get out of there. We can keep this one, I think, because we're just going to be going straight up to here. So let's go ahead and move you here. And we'll just kind of continue along this path. How's everyone doing today? Doing superb. As you can probably tell, we're just kind of doing our little thing here. Let's just go for here. Sure. Why not? Doesn't need to be pretty. We're gonna get to where we're going eventually. Sure. Why not? Go through our Bielephant farm here. This took me a little while to get sorted as far as inventory and how all this works. It was a little bit awkward, making sure that it would actually work properly and whatnot. Obviously I got it fixed up, but yeah, fun stuff regardless. Oh, far off there. Some more tracks near each other. You know, I'm glad it's relatively painless setting up new train tracks and routes and stuff like that. It's pretty easy, especially with the supply chests. Alright, so let's go to here. Get a slight bend. Do not like how close that is. Connect? No, it's too short. Good enough. That's the motto for this playthrough. Good enough. You get any more while I was away? Looks like you did. Yeah, the real test of whether or not this will work is if these quantities go down from 10. Like, see, okay, see that one? See how it's full like that? That means that it's absorbed poison, and it will not go away for, I don't even know how long, if it will go away. So you'll see a full one get thrown here. Yeah, there it is. And that one's actually going to drop poison off. Yeah, see? And then the other one picked it up. So eventually, if these don't expire with the poison that they have, they will fill up. And if they fill up, all they're going to be doing is just dropping poison off in here, which I do not want. Because if poison gets dropped here, then all these crashy sparks are just going to die. Because I'm pretty sure crashy sparks are not immune to poison. But either way, let's continue with what we were doing. We'll make our terminating loop here, which, let's, I don't know, go up this way. okay with kind of a sharper turn. Close can I get this? Let's go for here and just connect it like that. Okay, so this should go up here, drop off, go back onto the track, and then continue with what it's doing. Okay, so we will need to change up some of these things. So you will be offloading mode. You can just do whatever's left over, I think. And I'll need to set up a sensor on the other track to send the train when it's at, I don't know how many. An amount. Because I think it's getting into this station with 100. I'm fairly certain it's 100. This guy's about to get jumped. I don't really often get to see their little back kick attack. It's kind of fun to see. Dead. Good job, guys. Okay, so what's the quantity? Yeah, this can hold 100. So, I mean, if anything, I could probably add another track onto this, or another train onto this, if I really wanted to be safe. But, anyway. Let's stop this, make sure it's stopped. Okay, we're going to take capacity sensor. We'll put it just like so. We'll set it for percent, 50%. Send the signal if it is less than or equal to 50%. And that should, I think, be good to go. I mean, this will go eventually, but let's help speed it along, shall we? I should only have to take a stack at 10, I think. There we go. So, the next thing I have to do is set up all the sensors. That's going to be fun to figure out again. I think I'm going to need to use a motion sensor this time. So this will be the first time I've used a motion sensor and actually tried to, I guess, utilize it in tandem with other things. We could probably just keep the puffy sparks and the thrower that they're using right now, not have to worry that much about when they get sent as far as item collection is concerned. So I don't think I'm going to worry that much about it. Mostly because if the puffy sparks do get sent out, they're immune to poison anyway. So there's not a whole lot that the squid can do against them. I can't remember if the squid has like a beak attack or something like that. It might. Alright, so we're gonna stop this right now. Alright. You can stop. You can stop. Yeah, you can see the poison is an issue for anything that's not a puffy spark. You can just wait right there. Okay, so we've got bomby sparks coming in, so we need to set up our sensors. How are we going to do this? If motion is detected here, and I think I'm okay with the sensor angle being like that. As far as the length is concerned, that's fine. Default's fine. So it'll detect a signal, and I want it to only send a signal for... Oh man, how long was the time that I set up? 5 seconds? Something like that? So detects movement. How long was it? 3.5 seconds? So, detect movement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, okay, so that's just continually sending a signal just because of the movement. Okay, so that's the main problem that I have with this whole setup. Okay, how do we get it to stop throwing for that duration? Great question. We need... Would it be a buffer gate? Because an AND gate isn't going to work for this, I don't think. Unless I set up an AND gate with the buffer and the motion set up to a timer? Would that work? No, I don't think that would work. If I set up... don't know if the filter gate is what I want for this or not. So this is send a signal. I set it for 3 seconds. That's obviously... Okay, so the motion sensor, once it's activated, sends a signal. What is that, 2.5 seconds? Oh, maybe 2 seconds. Maybe less than that, actually. 1.5? Okay, so 1.5 seconds. Just to double check. 1.7 still went through. Two seconds to cut off. Yeah, 2 seconds is the cutoff. Okay, so anything... I'd want it to be anything within 2 seconds here. I still don't think this is going to work the way that I want it to. Still just continually sending the signal. Unless I set up an AND gate with 2 motion sensors calibrated to see different angles, perhaps. So that way it's a little bit more conditional for how it works. I think. I don't know if this would still work for the spawn is the problem. Because as it is... Need to activate them both. See if the timing still works. So, okay. I think that's throwing the sparks in between. And they will cross paths with at least one of them, I think. Or actually, no, they won't. Oh, no, they do kinda. But now it should only activate if they receive a signal from both. And I could set this for 1.5 seconds. Now the problem is whether or not the squid will actually work for that. And I think we need to go up to 3.5 for 7 to be thrown. I'm not worried about the quantity that's being sent through, to be honest. How's our little train looking, by the way? Went back on the track. Oh, yeah, of course. I would need to set up another sensor on this side, I think, to relay that signal back again. Alright, well, let's go take care of that first, I guess. Oh, problems, and solutions will come up eventually. I just need to, like, stare at the problem for however long it takes. Normally I have to stare at these problems for quite a while before something pops up in my head to try and fix them. So, even after this episode's done, I'm probably going to be staring at this trying to come up with a solution to make it better. Whenever I do, I'll let you guys know, but yeah. Okay, so... Oh, look, see, our bombs are going off and they took them out, so... Yep, still working. Good for us. Alright, so how do we want to do this? I don't think that a capacity sensor over here is going to work. You know what I might be able to do? Oh, if this works, this is going to be funny. Is that working? Hang on. I don't think this is going to work the way that I want it to. No, it's not. Okay. Okay, so the way... We could set it up via a motion sensor. Would this work? I don't know. Also, it's a little awkwardly placed, but... Can't put it anywhere I want to put it. Okay. How would we want this to work? We could set up a motion sensor to detect the incoming train. When it detects the train, it will then send a signal for however long via a buffer gate. Thank you, autosave. Ugh, so much crap. You can go this way. You can go this way. So in one direction, it's going to be for loading. This one... Is that fine? That might be okay. I mean, if it's going to be going off a buffer signal, it doesn't really matter that much. It's just whenever it passes in front of it. Yeah. Next question, will this even notice the train? And you can send the signal for 3 seconds. Sure. Okay. Guess directionality doesn't really matter that much right now. Get a big cargo wagon. There's my little dude. There's my little dude. Okay, it did detect the train. Good. So that'll send a signal for 3 seconds. Real test is going to be whenever it comes back. Because the way I want it to work is I want it to cross this threshold, be detected. This should hopefully send a signal long enough for this to then send it off on its merry way, and it shouldn't interfere with the, you know, coming back and all that stuff. Right. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's all just kind of an experiment at this point. So I set you up for 50%. You're picking up 100 from here. Going here. You're in unloading mode, which I don't know if it's going to be able to actually unload. Or actually, no, it's empty. That's fine. Because I have them all in my inventory now. Yeah, not too many. Alright, so you're empty, you're good. You're going to then go on your merry way. Maybe I should set this up for a timer mode. I don't know. If I had more space here, I would have put another loader offloader and done it that way, but that's okay. That's okay. I don't want it to stay at this station in the opposite direction anyway. You know, it would be nice if there was a way to speed up trains. Maybe like a specialized section of track where the trains move faster, but it's more expensive to create those track. I think that would be nice. Pulling on into the station. Guess I could go up to like 5 seconds. Longer the better. There it is. Alright, please work. It worked. Just enough time. I actually don't know if 3 seconds would have worked for that. Would it? Oh, no, it would have been fine, actually. Because it was detecting movement the entire time. Okay, cool, perfect, great, wonderful. I think this is technically my first real usage of a motion sensor in a practical application, without trying to really force it. I haven't found a whole lot of usage for motion sensors, unfortunately. So, yeah. Alright, what the heck did I go down there for? I can't remember. Whatever. Let's go see if a squid spawned back in. I think I went down there specifically to fix that train. So, now it's fixed. Let's go see if we've achieved anything over here. Okay. It has spawned, and it is not stuck behind the barrels. So, that kind of sucks. So I guess we'll have to figure out how the heck we're going to get this all sorted. Unless it just exited via this whole thing. I still don't know if enemies can move past these little sections like this. They might be able to. Well, I guess the other option would be to... I could set up a bunch of pressure plates. That might be slightly more reliable, I don't know. Part of the issue is I don't really know even if it attempted to launch anything. I don't think it did. Considered sending an angle, huh? Stop that. Stop that. Sending the throwers now. Nope. Okay, so I just don't know if this is going to work with the motion sensors or not. If it was one thrower doing it, then maybe. But working in tandem with another thrower, I just don't think it's going to work. I might have to rig up a bunch of pressure sensors for this. Which, I mean, isn't inherently a problem. But... yeah. It's not a very elegant solution. want to do this. Oh man, I don't know. I do not know. It's a tough one. Also, this was, I think, possibly activating too long, but it's kind of hard to tell with the motion sensors the way that they are. Okay. Pretty sure it spawns right here. I just don't like this as a solution. Be real with you. It would also help if I could see where one could spawn and actually see how it works, but that's going to be pretty hard to do. So those are all set up to one side of the at, or the and. Pressure sensors in conjunction with a motion sensor? That'll send a signal for 1.9 seconds. But you have to be pressing a button. We want this to be the 2 seconds. Don't know. Whatever. Trash them, I don't care. So that's our other problem right there. So, okay. I would need this to be set up on... It would be a NOT gate, I don't think. I guess a filter gate would work for this. Okay, so if this receives a signal for 1 second... No, I need this to be opposite. I need this to send a signal, and this to do this. So you'll send a signal for... I don't know, 2 seconds? Okay, so that's activated that for 2 seconds. Oh yeah, forgot. Okay, so you send a signal for a little bit, and then you need to then get a filter gate. No, sorry, a buffer gate. Okay, then you will send a signal for 3.5 seconds. Yeah, it's still not gonna work. Oh, man. I need it to be... I need it to be an activation where if something is activated for X amount of seconds through the AND gate, then it'll send a signal. Ugh. Man. You know, I still haven't taken a look at these, like, ribbon riders and stuff like that yet. How does this work? Hold up to 4 signals on a bit channel 0 to 3 by default. If a ribbon is receiving a signal, it will be held in bit 0. Use a ribbon rider or reader to use bits 1 through 3. Oh, jeez, man. I don't... I don't know how this is going to work. Okay. And then you can set the bits on it. Oh, man. And the reader. Okay, so this is like if it only reads a signal from a specific bit, it will send a signal downstream. So if this is set for, you know, bit 2 or whatever. Okay, yeah, I'm not going to mess with this right now. That is too much for my little brain to handle. Alright, tell you what. I'm going to mess around with this a little off camera, because I don't want to sit here for another hour having you guys just yell at the screen and make it so that I can't figure things out. But anyway, I will see you all in the next episode. Sorry if this wasn't as exciting an episode as you had hoped for, but yeah, the The hard stuff is always kind of interesting to figure out. But anyway, I will see you all in the next one. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.